Okay, so welcome to today's update video where I take the SV650 and upgrade the front calipers. Now I've got these are the Tokico 4-piston calipers seen on the SV1000 GSXR and so on. In order to fit those onto the bottom of the forks, you need a little bracket there from SV Racing, and effectively it should just be a case of popping the banjo bolt off, taking the caliper out, popping these in, new set of pads, bleeding them, and away we go. So we'll see how we get on. But that should be it once it's finished. Now, I'd love to say it was simple. It was actually, but there were a couple of issues that I faced. First of all, the way that you connect them to this generation SV650 is through this bracket, which was from SV Racing. So as you can see, it's just a small bracket and it allows the standard fitment, which is normally suitable for the 2 pots, to fit these 4 pots. And then really it was just a case of bleeding the system and so on. And it sounds very simple, but what I did do at the same time that I bought the calipers, which again are standard fitment on the likes of some of the GSXRs, the AL7s and so on, I bought some what they call easy bleeders, which are just the bleed nipples there with a one-way valve on it, which again make it so much easier for bleeding. But unfortunately one of them actually snapped in the caliper when I was installing it. So that made an hour's job into quite a few hours job, because I had to get it out there. But now they're all in and they're all functioning, and I'll tell you a little bit review about them. So one thing I did realise was that it's the same master cylinder on the 2020 on. It's a Nissan master cylinder. I believe it's 14mm, and that 14mm should normally be okay for the 4-pot calipers. Again, there's 4 pistons on either side. But one thing that I did feel that was missing versus having the 2 pots on it was really a little bit of brake feel. Now I do see that there is a Bandit master cylinder which is just under 2mm bigger as a master cylinder piston. I believe that's what you call it. And what that should do is that should give it a bit more of a firmer brake feel, because the brakes come on but the lever actually goes quite far back. So again, it's a bit more progressive, but I like a nice hard feeling lever there. So that's one thing that I will do. But other than that, I think from a visual point of view, they certainly look a lot better than the traditional 2 pots. So the 2017 to 2019 model of the SV650 had the same 2 pots that all the SVs had, and then in 2020 they upgraded it to the 4 pots. There's a slightly different fork on the 2020 model as well, hence why you need these brackets and you can't just put them on. But I'll do a bit of an update video once I've been out for a long drive. Of course, I've put new pads and everything in there, and I've bled it within an inch of its life, from a reverse bleed from getting a syringe and doing it from the caliper itself up to the master cylinder, and also the traditional way as well. Now once the pads are bed in and I've been for a nice ride, I will report back. But I thought I'd do just a quick update video just now.